Hi, I'm Chelly Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a little long-sleeved t-shirt to fit rainbow high dolls and any dolls with similar upper body measurements. But before we begin, please go to chellywood.com to download and print this free PDF sewing patterns. You'll find a helpful link in the description below this video on YouTube. Use your pattern to cut out all the pieces shown here. Lay one back piece on top of another, keeping right sides together if the fabric has a print, so it's going to matter. In other words, the pretty sides will touch the pretty sides. Sew along the neckline and down the back closure. Now I'm using contrasting colors of thread for your benefit, and I'm so sorry some of the photos are a little dark, but I was actually on vacation when I made this video, so I didn't have a studio with lighting. When you get to the bottom of the back closure, turn and continue to sew along the bottom. Now follow these directions to make both backs. Clip seams and corners. Invert and press these seams. Now you should have two backs that look kind of like this. These are actually from another shirt. Lay one bodice front on top of another, keeping right sides together if it matters. Stitch around just the neckline here. After you finish stitching the neckline, clip the seam. Invert the bodice front so right sides are out, and again press the seam. Lay one of the backs on top of the bodice front and stitch across the shoulder area where they come together, just like that. Lay the other back over the front and again stitch this shoulder seam also. Open the bodice up like this and press the shoulder seams. Then, with the right side of the bodice showing, lay one sleeve over the underarm like that. Stitch from the underarm area to just shy of the shoulder seam. Wrap the sleeve around to meet the other underarm and begin sewing at this other underarm. Stitch once again to just shy of the shoulder seam. So there will be a slight gap at the shoulder, and that's what you want. You can see me sticking my finger through. You're going to gather the sleeve at this gap area. Now my gathers are shown here in pink for your benefit. When your gathers even out the length of both the sleeve and the shoulder, stitch the sleeve to the shoulder. My stitches are shown here in white thread. Now, when you open the bodice up like this, you'll see one sleeve has been attached. Follow the same directions to attach the other sleeve. Take a sleeve in your hand from the wrong side and fold the end of the sleeve once and then a second time to create a hem. You're going to want to whip stitch along the inner fold of this hem. Now if you need help with the whip stitch, there's a link below to my whip stitch tutorial. Hem both sleeves in this way. Turn your shirt over to the right side, the side with no seams. Fold the shirt in half at the shoulder, bringing right sides or finished sides together. Sew from the sleeve's hem to the underarm, and there you want to turn at the underarm and sew down the garment's side, ending your stitches 1 centimeter from the finished edge of the back piece. Follow the same directions for the other side as well. Note Stop again just shy of the finished edge of that back. The front of the garment still needs a hem. Fold the raw edges of the front inside itself and whip stitch along this edge. Here's a close-up of my whip stitch. Now you just need to finish the side seams. You'll want to do this on both sides of the garment, of course. Clip the underarms on both sides. Invert the shirt. Add a few snaps going down the back. And now you're ready to try this shirt on a doll. What if there was an easy way to take a big doll pattern and resize it to fit a little doll, or vice versa? I'm Chelly Wood, the doll clothing designer, and in my pattern alteration class, I'm going to share with you my resizing formula. Pattern alteration is when you take a pattern that you already own and you make changes to it. Let's say a dress doesn't fit your doll quite right. I'll show you how to create a gusset to extend the dress's bodice. Along the same lines, I'll show you how to use a doll's body measurements to lengthen and shorten shirt sleeves, and to recreate the pants patterns you already own so they will fit dolls of different shapes and sizes. Following my instructions, you'll learn how to reshape dresses and skirts, making them fuller or less full depending on the look you're going for. With this collection of more than 40 videos, you'll use my measurement guide and dozens of tips and tricks to create a full wardrobe for the doll or dolls of your choice. I invite you to join me. We are going to have so much fun.